It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday.
Oh, it's Aloha Friday. It's November. No work till you have to work, which in Hawaii means you got to work tomorrow, and today, and all that good stuff. Oh, sorry. So anyway, we welcome you. Thank you. Happy Aloha Friday, and to everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the major thing.
That is the major thing.
Happy Aloha Friday.
We made it.
We made it. I'm Kimo Kahoano.
This is Ikaika Kahoano.
And Leilani Kupahomrino.
Along with our fearless engineer, Min. We are here for you. And happy Aloha Friday wherever you are in this world. AM 940, AM940Hawaii.com, iHeartRadio app, and
Facebook.com/Aloha Friday Morning Show.
there we go. Hey, I saw the Facebook thing that you put
did?
up. Yeah, that was good. What was it about? Last week's guest.
Okay, yeah.
But it's all blurred to me now. We're in a new week.
No, I always post links like during the show and stuff. I keep viewers updating and stuff on what's going on.
Yeah, because
on the Facebook page in case they can't.
So many events happening this weekend. Mm-hmm. It's going to be good. Number one, it's going to be this great event, and we want to say a special aloha because it's about Bob Nelson, who's a great singer-songwriter. And of course, indeed, Maui Waltz and Hanalei Moon.
Right.
And so the other day, he kind of had a little episode. Okay. So he's taking care of his health right now, and that should be good. But for Hawaiian Music Hall of Fame, the event is going on Saturday evening, right, Leilani?
Yeah. Saturday evening at Kauai Ha'o Church.
Yeah. So you can still be a part of something very, very special. Just check out HawaiianMusicHallOfFame.org. Okay.
Yep.
And that's up to date. So I know you're going to do this in sports.
Yeah.
But Gib Arnold. You know, the one thing you do, folks, when you hire coaches is you're loyal to them.
Right.
Especially when they're winning.
Good point.
Hello.
Excellent
If you're
point.
not loyal to a winning coach, who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, that's...
I don't know what is going on.
Crazy, huh?
It's a different world. It's a different world.
It's very crazy, and supposedly everything's good, but...
Well, speaking of basketball, like another story that was like kind of a big deal is, and actually a nationwide story, was a former University of Hawaii basketball player who made all these headlines. He went disappearing after May of 2012, and they just found his body in like Las Vegas or in California desert. It was Gavin Smith.
You're kidding?
Yeah, he was a Fox, the Fox network. He was like an exec for Fox.
Wow.
And also a great, basketball player for the University of Hawaii. In fact, the only basketball player at the University of Hawaii still has this record. He scored over 30 points in 5 games in a season.
Wow.
Transferred to UH from the 1975 UCLA championship team. And just wrecked shop at UH. Just had like a great senior season.
No kidding.
Yeah, and so they just actually found, I was just reading that this morning in MSN.com and actually in Star Advertiser, they found remains of his body. Now they know the police in LA are like, okay, now we can put it together, we know it was like a murder and stuff like that. So yeah, trippy stuff.
Well, speaking of that, hey, we got through the political election day.
Woof! And we have a new governor.
And we have a new governor. And we have a lot of new people. I understand the legislature is even a little younger.
Yeah.
That's what they say. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
actually, he's and it's kind of a big deal. Our governor, our governor-elect, he's the first Okinawan governor.
No kidding.
In the United States, yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of a big deal. There was
must be for Okinawa, because we got a lot of Okinawans in Hawaii. We got the Okinawan Festival. That's how you know we got a lot of Okinawans.
You know it when you got a festival.
That's right. Yeah. When you got a festival, folks, you know you got Okinawans, okay? And in Okinawa, they bring people from all over the world, including Hawaii, and they have this parade in Okinawa.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of cool.
So that's kind of a big deal.
See what this radio show does for you, folks? It's the enlightening
first Okinawan governor in the United States.
Yeah. So we got through the politics.
I wanted to say too, and I say we made it to Friday. I was just driving yesterday, going to work, whatever, just doing my thing, dropping off my wife at work, etc. Three people who were driving in front of me got pulled over, on 3 different occasions yesterday.
Wow.
And I was like telling
Why?
everybody, if you're gonna hit the road, make sure you're on your P's and Q's, man, because they are out there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a trip. Just
Well,
three,
holiday
like,
time coming up too.
Yeah, I was like, it must be like quota time or something, because it was like I couldn't get. I'm happy I didn't get pulled over, but
Yeah.
like cars that were like, you know, 1 or 2 cars ahead of me,
Wow.
just getting pulled over all through Waikiki. Just
Wow.
yeah, they're out
Just
there.
random
Just
time.
random, like radar. Well, one of the guys was actually speeding who was in front of me, and the cops were by the
Yeah.
the Waikiki fire station. Over
Sure,
there.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
hanging out over there on Pocky Ave.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
with their
yeah,
radar
yeah.
guns.
Yeah, yeah,
They were
yeah.
right over there, and the
Yeah,
guy
'cause everybody
he
wants
sped
to-
in front of the guy, and
Yeah.
boop, they pulled him right over. The cop got in the middle of the road. But I'm just saying, be careful out there, because they're all over the place.
That's right.
man.
They mean business, but that's their job, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are daring
Mm-hmm.
today. Okay, they're way outside of the mode. You know, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, in the political world and in what's happening, I think we can breathe a sigh of relief that we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And
It'll be interesting to see the David Ige regime and how that works. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good. That
Hopefully
is
it's a
going to be
positive-
interesting, because
a
you
positive
had
thing.
2 guys who are seasoned as far as being involved in the political world.
Yeah.
Duke Iona.
And Duke didn't lose by much. I mean,
Yeah, and Mufi Hanneman.
Yeah.
So just the fact that those 2 guys, with all of their experience, you know, it's amazing. But we want to wish him the best. And of course, that's all going to take, getting into the new year, to January.
Right.
And before you know it, boom, we'll be in the heart of 2015.
Right.
So.
Well, Governor Ige's, his profession was he was an electrical engineer before.
Uh-huh.
So anybody that can do that, I think, is okay at the helm.
Electrical engineer.
Yeah, that was what his degree was in, electrical engineering.
Wow.
We interviewed him on the
How's
show.
that?
That's how I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, if you think about that, right? Now he can just connect everybody
Exactly.
instead
Just put
of
all the wires together and get
put
it correct.
all together and
Yep.
make it happen. And that's what it's really about. So we're going to take a little musical break, and we'll be back with more. It's the Aloha Friday Morning Show. I'm Kimo Kahoana.
This is Ikaika Kawana.
And Leilani Kupahumrina.
And along with Min, our engineer, we are here for you. Happy Aloha Friday. Big weekend. Lots of stuff coming up.
Big stuff.
So make sure you have a great one while you're enjoying your lives, because lives are so precious today. We really appreciate it. Aloha. Mr. Tony Conjugation right here for you on Aloha Friday. Welcome to the program. I'm Kimo Kahoana.
This is Ikaika Kawana.
And Leilani Kupahumrina.
And we have some wonderful guests up for you today. Also, many things are happening. And yesterday, we're going to say aloha to Damien Memorial High School, because they've gone co-ed.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, they have. They got girls now.
Which leaves us with what? One remaining all men's school.
Yeah.
All boys school.
Yeah.
Boys, men. Yeah.
Only one.
Only one, St. Louis.
Yeah, and in
Crusaders.
fact, St. Louis, some of the people in St. Louis have wanted co-ed, but Sacred Hearts is right next door.
I think they should leave it as all boys, because they're the only one left.
Yeah, you got to have one.
You gotta have that one. At least have that option if
Have
you
one.
want it, because some parents want their boys to be at all boys school. You know?
Yeah.
There are a lot of
They say more focus.
I suppose.
Not really. But anyway, because the other school is right across the street
With all girls.
with all girls.
There you go.
And what does that breed?
And they all meet up
Okay.
at McDonald's after school, and
Yeah.
that's
It's
where they get the
outside.
co-ed, but it's after school.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
On their own extracurricular.
where
time.
were we? Okay, good. Oh, no, this is deep
All
stuff.
boys, all girls. You talk about Damien.
Oh, yeah, Damien.
Yeah.
So, they had the golf tournament. I
Oh,
want to say aloha to Mike Nita,
hello.
who was there.
Yeah.
Also, a golf with Rodney Villanueva.
Ooh,
Yeah, the big Rod.
right. Yep.
And
We've
so,
interviewed on this show. Great MC.
and I survived.
You survived.
Yeah, so it's all good. No, it was good fun though, and we had a great time. And we played golf with some ladies who were all had worked at or were working part time now, but
Yeah.
at Pearl Country Club.
Oh,
How's that?
living the
So
dream.
they had worked their lives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now it's time for them to retire
Yeah.
and have a good time or just go part time.
So they work at
So
the golf course.
yeah, so
Yeah. So
Wish all luck to
sometimes
them.
I meet people who have played golf with you, and they say, "How does your dad do all those trick shots?"
trick shots.
Trick shots.
No, survival shots.
I said, I don't know. He's lefty, but he's hitting right. He's got the left-handed clubs. I don't know. He's turning them upside down.
Yeah.
He's just,
But they raised some good money, so aloha to Damien.
Yeah,
And
cool.
and now Damien Memorial high school, they had to change their focus.
Okay.
Yeah, because they had something about perpetuating for men, right?
Right.
Now they got to say for everybody.
For everybody,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's what's happening.
Definitely
there.
include the ladies.
There you go.
You don't want to leave the ladies out.
Yeah, definitely not. And you don't want to leave sports
That's
out.
right. Here we go. Sports time, ladies and gentlemen. 6:21. I'm Ikaika Kahawano. Go Sports! And following a week of tumultuous events that included the firing of head coach Gib Arnold and the defection of its best player Isaac Fotu to the pros amid an NCAA investigation, UH was looking for a victory, any victory, even one that did not officially count. Well, that's exactly what they got last night in the unofficial debut of acting head coach Benji Taylor. The Rainbow Warriors eked out a 62-55 exhibition victory over Division II neighbor Hawaii Pacific University at the Stan Sheriff Center with more, check this out, more than 500 students attending, breaking the old record of 160 students for an exhibition.
Wow.
We're taking it
That
home
was
this year.
really big.
And in the NBA, who'd have thunk that at this point in the season, you know, it's still early, but the Rockets would have the league's best record at 6-0, undefeated after slamming the defending champion Spurs 98-81 last night.
Ooh.
Now, granted, the 2-2
Spurs won last year.
They're the defending champions.
Yeah.
They were playing without 3 of their starters due to mild injuries and just plain old rest, as Coach Popovich likes to grant often throughout the season to his gracefully aged stars. And in this case, allowing Dwight Howard to have 20 and 10 first half double-double without any down-low opposition. But still, we haven't seen play like this from the Rockets since the days of Hakeem the Dream and Clyde the Glide, since they were at the helm. And as I was just singing the praises of one Mr. Derrick Rose last week for finally being back and healthy after 2 years being out due to knee injuries, the Bulls star point guard was out again for 2 games this week due to ankle sprains. But he came back on Wednesday, led the Bulls to a 95-86 win over the Bucks, scoring 13 and dishing out 7 assists in 31 minutes on the floor. Rose did say after the game that the ankles were, quote, still sore, and that he tweaked the injuries in a second quarter collision. Still, the former MVP remains hopeful that he will be able to play tonight against the 76ers. And in the NFL, I don't know if you caught the game last night, the Cleveland Browns, decisive 24-3 win over the Bengals last night moves them into rarefied air for the Browns franchise, namely a tie for first place in the AFC North.
What? The Browns won?
Not only did they win once, they won 6 times this season because they're 6-3, and they improved on their best start in 20 years and moved into a first place tie. With
And they
Pittsburgh.
beat the Bengals?
They beat the Bengals. They killed them.
Go on,
On
it's
Thursday Night
crazy.
Football, killed them 24-3.
Oh.
The Browns, get this, also snapped their streak of 17 straight losses to division opponents on the road. Their last road win against a division opponent being, would you like to guess the year? The year?
No.
2008. Yeah. And the 2-7 Rainbow Warrior football Bows take on the 8-1 Colorado State Rams tomorrow night in Fort Collins, Colorado, in a game which will be shown live at 2 p.m. Hawaii time on ESPNU, which is ESPN University. It's one of the channels on cable if you have it. I have it, and I will DVR it if I can't watch it.
All right.
Rainbows are coming off a home loss to the Utah State Aggies last weekend. And on the high school gridiron, where the game is pure, we have the state championship tournament kicking off this weekend with a bye week for the undefeated 1 seeds in Div 1, Mililani and Puno. But in tonight's Div 1, we have a Farrington versus Maui at 4:30 p.m. and Kuku versus Hilo at 7:30 p.m. Both games at Aloha Stadium. And in Div 2, with the 1 and 2 seeds, Iolani and Lahaina Luna. Well, Lahaina Luna is number 1, Iolani is number 2 seed. They both have a bye this week. We have Kamehameha School Kea'au against Nanakuli tomorrow at the Kea'au campus, and Kapa'a versus Pearl City at Vininia Stadium on Kauai. And both games commence tomorrow. And a little bit of history here. And for the first time since the early 1970s, the Iolani Red Raiders have repeated as ILH boys water polo champions. The Raiders defeated Punahou 9-7 in the winner-take-all final on Monday after the Buff and Blue forced a tiebreaker with a win in the postseason tournament. The Raiders hadn't won consecutive ILH titles in boys water polo since 1971 and 72.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, consecutive titles. Yeah, and it was their 6th ILH title in the last 42 seasons since longtime Punahou coach Ken Smith began his tenure. And Iolani head coach Ian Kusao is now 2 for 2 since taking over in 2013. Won 13 and 14. And there's your look at sports on a little Friday.
Yeah, passing on the heritage.
Passing the torch. He's 2
Water
for 2.
polo.
Water polo.
Yeah.
That's a man's sport. And interestingly, in this game, I was reading up that he brought up a freshman to play goalie because their starting goaltender broke his elbow a couple weeks ago or something.
Kidding
Yeah.
me.
So they had to bring up a guy who had some experience playing goalie. So they brought up a freshman from the intermediate squad
Oh.
And he held it down. Like
And he
that was
held
his only game as a varsity player. Was here. You're in the final. You're in the ILH championship. Go get him.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, and he kept it to
And he
7
makes a
goals.
difference.
Yeah, he kept it to 7 goals. Freshman pulled him up from intermediate.
That's a winner, folks.
Go
That's a
Raiders!
winner. And that's alumni, evidently. But that's sports. I'm Kimo Kahano.
This is Ikai Kawara.
And Leilani Kupahamrino.
And we are here for you along with Min, our engineer. We're going to get to some music. Mr. Margarita himself, Israel, Kamaka Vivo Ole, and the heritage of island music, Hawaiian style. O Tahiti style.
How's it?